Hey guys, I know you're wondering, when did I get new items for the set? Well, over here is Deaf Noodles. Deaf Noodles is my favorite comedian on YouTube. So I thought it would be funny to have a cute pillow of him in the background. On the other side is Cheer Bear. Cheer Bear is from the Care Bears, and I just thought he was cute, and I really wanted to add him to the set. So that's where I got two new items for the set. Anyway, I'm Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit that red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody else who might like it too, and drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you have time, please stick around to the end because I'm going to read two of my positive comments from previous videos, and one of them might be yours. I'm also going to respond to them. If you would like to get a reading done, please email me. And let's see, all my information, including my email and my social media, is underneath this video. So let's get started. So an Aquarius sent me a message, right? And it was kind of funny because she said that she has dated or at least had conversations with every member of the zodiac. She's talked to another Aquarius, another Aries, so forth and so on. And she said, Queen, I've come to the conclusion that maybe Aquarius just don't like anybody. Maybe it's just not anybody in the zodiac that's compatible for us. Because she said that she has met people and she didn't like any of them. Quite frankly, out of all the people she's dated or talked to, she didn't like any of them, none of the zodiac signs. And she's starting to think maybe that we just don't like nobody. Okay, and she wanted me to tell what I think is the best match for an Aquarius, which I've talked about many times before, and where you can meet these kinds of people. So I'm going to start off with the best matches and then talk about where you might be able to meet these people. Now, as an Aquarius, if you take a look at the zodiac, people will tell you all kind of things, most of which are untrue. The most compatible signs for Aquarius, because Aquarius is an air sign. So your compatibility goes with your element. So if you're an air sign, the elements you're most compatible with are air and fire. It's just common physics. Those are the ones that are the most compatible. So some Aquarius prefer fire. Like I was talking to Rich Lop, my boy. He prefers fire. I don't prefer fire. I prefer air. So as an Aquarius, air or fire is going to be the easiest, most compatible vibrations. That's not to say that there aren't other people. For example, Virgo. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes Aquarius gets along very well with Virgo. Sometimes Aquarius gets along very well with Scorpio, but not always. So like I said before, the easiest ones are going to be air and fire, and then they're going to gradually get more difficult after that. Okay? So those are the easiest ones, simply because you'll have, with air will be similar to you, and fire will fan your flames, or you'll fan fire's flames, and fire heats up air. And air can kind of just breeze around together. And basically, these are the easiest ones. So think about the air signs: Libra with Aquarius, Aquarius with Aquarius, Aquarius with Gemini. Those are going to be your easiest ones. And of course, on the other side of that is the fire. So it's Aquarius with Sag, Aquarius with Leo, Aquarius with Aries. Everything else, the other two, sets of signs would come after that. Now remember, I always tell you that I don't like just looking at this element. I don't like doing it like that. That's just the general way that people do it. The astrologers do it. That's the general way. Any astrologer worth their salt is going to tell you you have to look at the chart, the natal chart of both people. You got to do a compatibility of both people, because you can have an Aquarius and a Libra, for example, and then not be compatible because of other things that are going on in the chart. So you really want to look at the whole chart, okay? Now, the second part of this, she said, where do we meet these people? All right, so this, I go off a little bit different with this one, because I wouldn't meet people based on their sun sign. I wouldn't try to go to like a Aries or a Libra, Facebook group, for example, to try to meet them. I wouldn't do it that way. I personally, as an Aquarius, would meet people. If I really wanted to meet people, I would meet them based on my hobbies. Aquarius are very into our hobbies, our causes, our interests. So if I was going to meet people, I wouldn't choose to meet them based on their sun sign. I would meet them engaging in my hobbies. So this means, and I think this can really work for anybody, any zodiac sign, but I have a strong feeling that when it comes to Aquarius, this is where you're going to find the most suitable matches. So when she said, where do I meet people? What are your interests? Get to know yourself. Stop focusing on a relationship and get to know yourself. Engage in your own interests. Whatever you're into, if it's pottery, sewing, fashion, books, get into what you're into. And then there's always social events for these kind of things. For example, if you're into wine tasting, for example, you can Google it and see where are there vineyards or wine tastings nearest to you. Depending upon where you live at, that's going to make a big difference. If you're in California, for example, you're going to have a lot more opportunities than somebody who's not. So what is your interest? Go out into the world or go online, because a lot of these groups are online, that are your interest. If you're into art, join art groups online and participate. A lot of people join these groups and then don't participate. Participate, talk to people, have conversations with people. These are people who are interested in what you're interested in. The easiest way to make love connections or just friendship connections is this way. If you're into surfing, go surf. Get out there. Go out there and do the things that you're interested in. The easiest way to meet people who are going to be interesting to you is to go do things that you love to do. You like going to the bar? Go to the bar. You'll meet other people who are into beer and things like that, So whatever you're into, get into yourself first. Find yourself first. And then after you got a good grasp on that, go out and do social things with people who also like that. To me, that's the best way for anybody to meet anybody. And you can do it online, like I previously stated. That is like the easiest way, and it is the way most people are doing it now. But even the old-fashioned way of going to events, going to music festivals, going to things. And the thing about it is you don't just go to these things. You have to engage. Like I said with the computer, you have to socialize. But when you go out, you got to do the same thing. You can't be at the music festival sitting to the corner by yourself. You got to get out there and talk to people. You got to have conversations and, get around. And then during the course of the conversation, if you choose to, you can ask them for their zodiac sign. And maybe they'll know their chart. Who knows? That could be a conversation over coffee. But the point of the matter is that that's how you meet people who are into what you're into, and you might make a love connection. Okay? So that's my answer to her question. That's what's best for Aquarius, and that is how you make the connection. Now, just because somebody is compatible doesn't mean it's going to work out. It just means they're compatible. It means that it's easier to find harmony than if they're not compatible. That's all that means. All right, now let's take a look at our positive comments. We got one from Brianna Author. Hey, Brianna. Brianna said, "Thank you. I'm right there. going back to school so I can start a career in accounting. I can't get all my negative influences out now, but I'm trying. That's the whole point. Keep trying. Keep trying until you accomplish it. And it's wonderful that you're going back to school. Excellent. Let's see. Z Latina Asporian. I'm not romantic. I miss sometimes being romantic, but I have strong feelings for everyone. This is very hard for me to show my feelings and emotions. Thank you, Queen. Yeah, this is very true of Aquarius in general. A lot of Aquarius talk about having a hard time showing their feelings, showing even just experience, much less showing them. Just experiencing their feelings can be hard. So this is good. You just kind of work through it, you know. It takes a while, but you work through it and you get more comfortable as time progresses. Okay? All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.